Hello everyone. Where could I possibly be? My name is Hannah, if you've never seen my face before. Welcome to my channel, and I am up at my family cabin, and I'm just having such a peaceful time up here that I decided to film a little bit and show you a little bit of what I'm reading and how we relax up at this beautiful, calm lake for the final weekend of the summer. So let me show you what I'm reading. I am slowly but surely, you can see, making my way through Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. Sarah Gailey is one of my favorite authors, and this is their newest thriller horror release, and I am actually really liking it, but I can only read this in chunks, in small doses, because I get freaked out. I am a big baby. And then I just also finished reading a cute little graphic novel called The Tea Dragon Society, which I gave 4.5 stars. This is super cute and sweet and fits into the cozy fantasy genre, which I'm appreciating more and more. My next read after that will hopefully be Babel by R.F. Kuang, and I am so excited to dive into that. I have it with me once I finish Just Like Home. My audiobook of choice for the weekend is My audiobook of choice is Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This is a reread for me. This is a fun little romance that I just needed to palate cleanse with. And let me show you what I am looking at. So I'm sitting on a dock. I've got my book and a cushion. This is our little lake. Got a boat going by. This is the sun is up. It's about 70 degrees, a little windy, but the sun is shining. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. And let me show you the property a little bit. That is our place, my parents' place, really. If you recognize this view, this is what I have tattooed on me. Anyway, I just really wanted to film a little bit because I'm having such a great reading experience right now, and I miss vlogging. So we're gonna have a successful vlog here. So stay tuned for more relaxation and reading. This was really good. I'm giving this 5 stars. First off, the writing. Exquisite writing. Very slow-paced, slow-build horror. So if you're not into slow-paced things or subtle thriller horror vibes, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe that's why it's such a hit or miss book for people. But for me, that slow build-up to the end was beautiful and exquisite and captivating. This was messed up. This was really messed up. But this was also a really interesting and compelling exploration of unconditional love and what that means and what that looks like. From having an abusive, narcissistic parent to having a parent that's a serial killer, but he's the only one that has shown you any unconditional love. And I really thought it was super compelling. Our main character is messed up, but it was, again, I keep saying the word compelling, but that way it was teased out was incredible and very compelling. So like, do I enjoy her as a main character? Yes. Her story was fascinating and messy and gross, and she is not a good person, but no one in this book is a good person, but it was so well crafted and executed and put together. I really, really liked it. I don't want to give things away because this is like a thriller horror, but the last 60 pages of this I really liked because I felt like the whole book was leading up to that. And it made sense as at the same time that it was also a twist to me. So I'm smiling. I really liked this. This was gave me the ick. It was creepy. It was horrifying, but it was also really, really beautiful in its execution, I should say. So I had a great time with this, and if you are a horror fan or if you just enjoy Sarah Gailey, I would give this a try. I know it's not for everyone, but this certainly was for me. So 5 freaking stars. It's already time to say goodbye to the cabin for the summer. We are packed up and ready to go, and I did manage to finish the puzzle on time. And I also finished Zenny while I was puzzling. And it was really good. I gave it 4 stars, and I guess I'll talk about it more when I get home, but say goodbye to the cabin. Good morning. We are home, and I actually have the day off today, so I'm going to extend the vlog a teeny tiny bit into today because I didn't end up filming as much at the cabin as I wanted to, at least to make some exciting vlog content. So I decided to film a little bit of my, I'm gonna call it like a weekly reset. I have some chores that I need to get done for the week before I go back to work tomorrow. And so I thought I'd take you along for the ride with that. And then at the end, I can obviously do a reading wrap up because I did actually read a lot when I was up at the cabin, but I just didn't talk about it. I didn't check in. I was just reading. And the other thing is I was with my husband, and I don't like to film in front of him and do check-ins in front of him. So there was some of that going on. I didn't want to like bother him. So come along with me as I do some laundry, I do some cleaning, do some chores in general. I have to go to the grocery store. So yeah, follow along, and then at the end I'll tell you everything I was able to read over this extended weekend. dog hair. All right, hello. It's been just a few hours of tidying, vacuuming, tidying, just not necessarily deep cleaning, but just trying to get things in order. It's been a bit of a tough summer for both my husband and I in terms of health issues. So just things have gotten a little messy and a little untidy, and things have been everywhere, and we just haven't had any time dedicated to just like getting things back together. But I just spent just 2 hours really just kind of tidying and getting some things started so we can live in a nice clean home and just be more prepared for the week. And it feels really good. It feels really good. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead, because when I get in these modes, I have a tendency to overdo it, and then I'm burnt out for the whole week because I decided to clean my entire house top to bottom. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the day just doing laundry, you know, every 45 minutes to an hour, just flipping it and folding it. And I think I can maintain that. I'm also gonna see my mom and some family later today, and I also still need to go to the grocery store, but I haven't put a list together, so that will also come later. I just wanted to finally do a wrap up and talk about everything I read this weekend, which was quite a lot. So first, I already talked about Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. This I managed to read, I think I was on page 180 or so, and so I finished the book, which was about 160 pages total. And I've been reading this for 3 months. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because hardcovers are hard for me to hold open, and this was also very creepy, so I kept getting freaked out and having to take breaks. And this was a 5-star read, and it's going on the Sarah Gailey pile right there. And I really love this. I understand why it's not for everyone, but this is a horror that really worked for me. Next, talk about hardcovers. I only managed to read another chapter or two of Babel, so I'm only like 60 pages into this, but I can tell I'm really gonna love this, and I hope I can get through it. There are a lot of words on the page, so this is only 540 pages or so, but it doesn't look like it. It looks more than that, and it's also a lot of words per page, so this is gonna take me a long time to get through. Maybe I'll sneak the audiobook in just to read through it a little bit quicker, but we'll see about that. So only about 40 pages of this were read this weekend. I also listened to both Rafe and Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. These are both rereads for me. These are both romance books featuring a black female protagonist, black lady, and a white guy. And these are fun. These were rereads for me. I ended up enjoying Zenny a lot more upon reread, just because I thought their dynamic was a lot cuter and a lot more romantically inclined than Rafe and Sloane in the first book. But I still had a really good time reading this, and this was fun to listen to while I was doing that puzzle. I also read The Tea Dragon Society, which is a graphic novel by Kay O'Neill, who's a non-binary author, by the way, from New Zealand. And this was such a cute, cozy fantasy about this young girl who is a blacksmith in training, and she's like part goblin, like she's got some goblin blood in her, and she meets this older man down the road, and he decides to train her in the dying art of raising and caring for tea dragons, which are little baby dragons, little guys, that grow tea leaves out of their horns, and you can make tea out of their leaves that they grow, and the tea has like magical properties. And this was so cute, and it was so gay and so happy, and it really fits in the cozy fantasy genre, I think, really well. It's very lighthearted. There's not much of a plot other than just this ragtag group of friends learning to take care of tea dragons and become friends with each other, but it was just so lovely. Yeah, and I just really had a good time with it, and I'm gonna read the sequel, and I think there's 2 sequels out. I gave this a 4.5 stars. This is only 76 pages or so, and I could have read hundreds and hundreds of pages of this. It was just so delightful and very young adult, but I think I still really, really liked it. Well, that is all I was able to read. I had a really great weekend up at my cabin. The puzzle was kind of fun. It was really hard because there wasn't a picture for it, but I still managed to finish it in the short amount of time we were up there. We just read, hung out, played some games, played some Switch games, hung out outside, played with the dogs, just really kind of getting away from it all, and it's really what we needed. Clearly, I feel, you know, recharged and ready to tackle things at home now because of our trip to the cabin. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and hopefully I'll see you again soon in another video very soon. Bye!